Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Orion, and today we are bringing back Orion's Guide to Amazing Music. I haven't done this in 6 months on live stream, and I don't live stream anymore. It's boring and stupid. But I find new music every single day. For the past 6 months, I've been finding this obscure... I just love obscure music, and I want to showcase some of that music here today on the channel. I want to talk about it. I can't showcase it. I'll get copyright claimed. So, we're going to be talking about this stuff today. So please, sit back, relax, chill out with me for a few minutes of your day. And if you have not already subscribed, click the red button, turn on the notification bell, become part of the Super Chillest family on YouTube. And, yeah, let's talk about music today. The first artist I want to talk about today is Ageless Southern Trees. Now, Ageless Southern Trees is a project Collins Parker is working on. Someone I follow on Instagram, by the way. I followed them a long time ago. I posted Days of the New, and they told me that they were working on music. And I checked out their song, Redwoods. Now, Redwoods is an incredible song. It's not out yet, but it was good. Now, this song is similar to, say, the Days of the New Red album or Green, one of the two. That's their sound that I'm getting used to. I'm loving this sound. It's amazing, beautiful acoustic, and Days of the New is the sound he's going for, and I love it. It's amazing. Redwoods is a good song, but the one out right now is also incredible. Pinky Promise. I have had this song on loop for the past 2 weeks. It's just... it sounds like Last One from Days of the New. It's the last song on the Green album. And the Green album is my favorite album of all time. I'm not even joking. It is. It's a great album. And Days of the New is just one of those bands that no one really knows or cares about. Like, they don't listen to these albums, and it's just sad. The Green album is just my favorite type of sound that I can get out of a band, really. Alice in Chains, Jar of Flies, he also mentions, is his influence. Jar of Flies is just... it just makes me sad the whole time. I love Alice in Chains. And Tantric, I really don't know too many of their songs, but they're an okay band. Those are his influences, and I just think you guys should definitely check out this guy's music. Pinky Promise is out right now, but I also recommend to listen to the Green album by Days of the New. I already listed it as one of my favorite albums ever. It's just, it's that type of sound no one really listens to. Really, it's underrated. It's the most chillest and darkest type of acoustic sound I've ever heard in my life. And Travis Meeks is just up there. He is my favorite musician. I'm not kidding. He passes Chris Cornell and Lane Staley. To me, at least, you know? And, yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Check those albums out. Check out Ageless Southern Trees. You will not be disappointed. If you're into that kind of sound, Alice in Chains, Days of the New, Tantric, please, definitely check this guy's music out. He's trying to get somewhere with his music, and I love it. It's amazing. Please, definitely check it out. I'll link it in the description, like all these bands that I'm going to talk about today. Anyways, moving on. Local H. Pick Up the Cats. That album. I wanted to talk about this album a long time ago. I didn't listen to Local H's whole discography until like a week or so ago, actually. Thank you, Carter, for recommending me to listen to their whole discography. And now, I can't word it into words. You know what I mean? Local H is one of those bands that I've listened to probably forever, but I didn't really dive deep into their material until recently, this past month. Local H is a band that everyone should probably listen to. At least take the time to listen to Pick Up the Cats and Hallelujah, I'm a Bum. Those two albums are probably their best. Right now, in my opinion, out of listening to their whole discography, those two albums are my favorite right now. And Cool Magnet, What Can I Tell You, Another February, those songs are just instant hits, in my opinion, that no one really knows. Come on, guys, listen to these albums. Local H is one of those bands that only had a one-hit wonder kind of thing, that no one really cares for the other stuff. I mean, Bound for the Floor, high-fiving MF, motherfucker, basically. It's just an incredible band. You need to check them out. And coming up is another underrated band that really no one knows or listens to, really. Not that I know of. I have met a few people that have listened to Morphine on Discord, but in the real world, outside, not really. It doesn't come on the radio. No one really knows it in this area. Morphine is one of those bands that I personally didn't know of until Spotify. Thank you, Spotify. For once in all of my life, I'm thanking you. Morphine was in my Discover Weekly last year. The song Scratch, which is off the Yes album. Now, the Yes album has been on loop for the past month or so for me. And Cure for Pain, which I also wanted to talk about. Cure for Pain and Yes. Those are my favorite Morphine albums. Now, these albums are just incredible. The saxophone sound is just so mind-blowing. Why do people not know this band? Morphine has the most incredible saxophone sound I've ever heard in my life. The bass, the saxophone, the guitar, it all blends together. Even Mark Sandman's voice. It's just the perfect jazz rock band that I've ever listened to in my life. Cure for Pain is just relevant today because we all have that day when we're feeling so out of it and we just don't want to be here. We don't want to be here. That's basically what I'm getting out of this album, Cure for Pain. Yes is just, it's just, oh man. Guys, you just have to check those albums out. Also, I want to recommend a song called Patience as well. This is just probably my favorite Morphine song at the moment. Patience. It's a beautiful song. And it's just that calming, chill saxophone. I think this was supposed to be a Mark Sandman solo album. He just didn't get around to making it because he died way too soon. And he died at exactly the same age as Roy Gallagher, too. It's just so depressing, you know? When a musician dies at, like, a really young age. And he was 46, but still relatively young, you know? He could have had more music in the future, you know? Dying of a heart attack is just... And on stage, it's just so eerie, you know? But anyways, the last two bands I want to talk about is Blindside and Brad. Now, Blindside I found Blindside, we're not talking about the punk band, by the way, the hardcore one. We're talking about the 90s band from Australia. Now, they toured with the Smashing Pumpkins, I believe. I didn't really know this band until someone, like, uploaded it to YouTube. To Be Found and Plague. I only listened to the song To Be Found, really. I just love this song, To Be Found by Blindside. Let me check. See here. Blindside. Blindside is a alternative rock band, by the way. Blindside has that chill, kind of like, say, Blind Melon, Mazzy Star had a mashup, and basically that's the type of sound you're getting. Blindside is basically Blind Melon and Mazzy Star mashed together, but with a few, say, Sonic Youth or Dinosaur Jr. kind of stuff in there. I really like the song, To Be Found, really, and Plague, Teenage Goth Suicide Cult. These songs are all underrated, by the way. But their best, like, the album Hope's Rise, which some of these songs are on, Hope's Rise is their only album, I believe. It has 8 songs on it. I don't remember all of them, but To Be Found is my favorite Blindside song, and people do not know this band. It's very disappointing, but the song, the album, Hope's Rise, is really worth checking out. Now, I was going to talk about Brad, too. Now, Brad, I found Brad last year. I don't remember why. I don't remember how, really. Brad, I found on Last.fm, I believe. Buttercup is my favorite Brad song. But they have so many songs that no one really knows. They're, say, Blind Melon, Pearl Jam, and My Mother Love Bone. I don't know why I was thinking of someone, My Bloody Valentine, for some reason. God. I'm trying to think. Okay, guys. Brad is a mixture of Pearl Jam, Blind Melon, and Mother Love Bone. And Brad is probably the most underrated out of all those 3 bands. Now, Brad, Sean Smith in general, is just an incredible vocalist that no one really cared about, really, or, well, in the area, Seattle, of course, they cared about him, but outside of Seattle, he wasn't really big. Brad, Sean Smith, they weren't really huge here, in other states, Brad is just an incredible band. I really recommend you check out Buttercup and the whole album of Shame, and Make the Pain Go Away as well. I love that song. It's just a chill acoustic song just to listen to during these dark times. All of Brad's music, really. Brad is just one of those bands just really no one really listens to. And I found them randomly. I showed my friend Brad, by the way, a long time ago, Psychedelic, and he loves the band. It's just stuff you find randomly and you show your friends, they end up being one of their favorite bands. It's just weird how that works, Brad is worth checking out, though. Some honorable mentions I want to talk about. Unified Theory, Flop, and Gumball, and Doughboys, and Olivelawn. So those bands I want to talk about just briefly. So, Unified Theory is basically Blind Melon light. This is the band that came after Blind Melon, and just blew me away. After finding this album, just their self-titled album, really, Unified Theory is just, I freaking love this band. Unified Theory is just so chill. It's really just that Blind Melon feel that I've been lacking for the past few years, because I only, listened to Blind Melon for like a couple years by now. Probably 2018 or 2019. Blind Melon is, it's just so sad how, what's his name? I feel bad right now. Shannon Hoon. It's Shannon Hoon. It's just so sad how these singers die at such a young age. I've already said that in this video. But that was for Mark Sandman. Now, Blind Melon's singer died from a heroin overdose, and that's so tragic, A lot of these singers from Seattle did. It is just so depressing. It really is. And the most talented ones die at a young age. We all know that. It's unfortunate, and yeah. Just check out Unified Theory. Check out Blind Melon. I've been really going out and listening to Blind Melon more. I haven't in a few years, but the song Mouthful of Cavities is just such a classic. I love that song. Now, I wanted to talk about Flop and Gumball, which are pretty similar in some ways. Flop, Port Angeles, actually. I have been enjoying the song Port Angeles, and this is like the coolest punk sounding song. It's got that punk roots, but it's also alternative rock. I mean, they share similarities, but it's that kind of punkish, grunge kind of stuff, which is a mixture of alternative rock. Basically what they are. Flop is just an incredible band from Seattle that I didn't really know. I didn't really listen to them until this year, early this year. I knew who they were, I just didn't listen to them. I found them through Coffin Brick and Gumball. Gumball is similar to Dinosaur Jr., actually. Jay Mascis, I believe, was on one of their albums. Thurston Moore as well. Super Tasty, I believe it's what it's called. Accelerator. Hell of a Message. Revolution on the Rocks. It's just so many songs by these bands that no one really knows, except me or people from Seattle, really, that dive deep, try to find new music, and I always find new music. There's always a band that no one really knows, and artists that don't even have an image on the internet. Like, they have their music on the internet, but not who they are, There's some of those artists. So obscure, no one really knows who they are. You know what I mean? And finally, I want to talk about the Doughboys and Olivelawn. Now, Doughboys in particular, they have a couple of good songs. I haven't heard all their music, but they're basically a skate punk band. Olivelawn as well, and Fluf. I want to talk about Fluf. I should have put it on the list. Basically, the Doughboys, they covered the B-52s. Now, the B-52s I have not heard in so freaking long. It's so incredible how you find a band and you think it's their original stuff until you find the original song. And I've done this a lot. I have found new music because of this. You think it's the band's original stuff, but it's actually a cover. It's so mind-blowing, it just blows my mind all the time. Now, the Doughboys covered the B-52's Private Idaho. Private Idaho, I actually didn't hear before until this year when I found the Doughboys. Now, Private Idaho it's just that classic new wave punk. I don't know how do you describe that. New wave punk. New wave, post-punk, whatever it's called. I don't know. There's so many genres, you know? It's just an incredible cover. Now, I actually prefer this over the original, surprisingly. It's more raw, more realistic. They probably did this live as well, I'm not sure. It sounds live, but it has that studio kind of, you took the raw live version and you made it into a studio version. It's basically like that kind of sound. Basically, they play the national anthem at the end of the song and say, "Satan is my mattress," over and over again. It's kind of funny. I like that cover. And it's worth checking out. The Doughboys are skate punk. They have a song called Killing Murders or something. I'm not sure. Dumb Murders. I don't remember the song title. But they also have a song called Shitty Song, which is pretty funny. And it has that Depeche Mode kind of sound to it. And it's pretty cool. They're pretty cool dudes. And not a lot of people know them. It's kind of unfortunate when it comes to like these bands in the 90s. Skate punk is a really cool genre. I love this genre. I've been getting into this kind of genre too. Skate punk. It's stuff that you just pass by. This is pretty cool. My recording exceeded its limit, but I was talking about skate punk. Now, skate punk is a genre that you see in your YouTube or Last.fm recommendations, and you check out one of their songs and say, this is pretty cool and I love this genre, and then you never listen to their music ever again in probably a couple years or so. Now, the final thing I want to talk about today is Olivelawn and Fluf. They're basically the same members. So, Olivelawn is similar to, say, Mudhoney and the Stooges. Maybe Fugazi and Black Flag as well. That type of sound is just incredible heaviness mixed with punk kind of riffs, you know, random, just overall random and cool. Now, Olivelawn, I love the song Hate and Beautiful Feeling. Hate and Beautiful Feeling just have that good punk vibe just to blast in your mother's car or something, you know? It's that type of sound. It's like that teen angst, and I love that type of sound. It's good music. Olivelawn, if you're a fan of, say, grunge and punk rock and Mudhoney, you will love this band. It's just that raw style of punk and grunge. I label them as grunge because they sound like Mark Arm. So, if you're a fan of that type of stuff, I would say check out Olivelawn. And then, after that, check out Fluf. Now, Fluf has 2 good songs I love by them. I haven't checked out all their music. It's not on YouTube. Unfortunately, I haven't found it. But, Fluf, they have a song called Honey Bun, which is just a chill... It's just a beautiful punk song, really. It's just laid back and just a classic punk song, I would say. Skate punk. They're still skate punk. They could be labeled as grunge and skate punk, so I'm just saying that. The other song is Fuck Up, and this is really relatable today because of... you always feel that kind of motion. I know it's relatable to me and some other people. It's just, you screw up a lot. You just think you're worthless and you just don't want to be here. It's that type of song, and I think it's an incredible classic punk song. It's got all that raw energy, and I love this style. And Fluf is just, you gotta check this band out. It's a good punk band. A good skate punk band. Grunge too, whatever. It can get thrown into that genre. Yeah, I don't care. So many genres can be thrown into one huge thing. And they're a great band, so I say check out those guys. Those are all of my honorable mentions too, by the way. So, this has been a huge video. I'm just going to end it off right here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you once again, Carter, for recommending me Local H, listening to their whole discography. And thank you, the viewer, for watching this video, this long video. And if you are not already subscribed, like I said in the intro, click the red button, turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next episode of Orion's amazing guide to music. Thank you for watching, and stay super chill.